You're watching Cheche live on Citizen TV. The President of the Supreme Court and Chairman of the Judicial Service Commission, Chief Justice Willy Mutunga, is our guest today, and we've had a lot of feedback from our viewers, mostly complaining about the backlog of cases, complaining that they've been trying to access justice for years. Take this one. My name is Chris. I'm one disappointed fellow by the judiciary, especially the family division. What are you doing to remove the elements that make it difficult for innocent families to get a fair trial? Our case has dragged on for 13 years now, and my siblings cannot go to school because we cannot afford to. And there was another one from Josiah, I believe, who says that you say that you have made it easier for people to complain, but the numbers and the emails don't work. They go unanswered.
Maybe the numbers, but not the emails for sure. Not the emails, mine,
Okay.
Vidali's. I don't know.
Can you give us those email addresses?
Yes, yes. They can write to Willy Mutunga 2013 @gmail.com. They can write to kbidali, BIDLI, @yahoo.com. He is the judiciary ops person.
Okay. We'll ask you to repeat that before you
Why
leave.
is the judiciary using generic emails?
Well, we're still getting ours now, the judiciary.gok, you know, up and running.
Okay.
So a lot of us do use generic ones here. So you want that repeated?
Yes, please.
Willy Mutunga is one word, 2013 @gmail.com, and kbidali @yahoo.com.
Okay. I know somebody who's been traveling to Nakuru to answer for a case for 10 years, and he remembers that the Nakuru road has been recarpeted more than 5 times now, and his case, Bado, that came from Joroge.
The family cases, you know, let also the litigants be fair. A lot of these family cases are delayed by the families themselves. They are delayed by the advocates, okay? And in some of the cases, we are going to tell them to go back and settle them, you know, out there in their families. Some of those cases shouldn't even be in the courts, in my opinion.
Land appeal case number 26 of 2002 at Bungoma High Court to date has not been concluded. We need your help. It's been in the court since 1977.
1977. So we go by the wisdom of David Makali, who comes from Bungoma, and he said that, you know, all those cases, all right, because they haven't reached us or people expected them to be heard. We are saying that any case that has been in court for more than 10 years, they should either send the information to me directly, and we will compile, you know, those cases. We'll fast track them, and we've done that with a lot of cases, I can tell you, where people have come in and I've said it. I've realized that a lot of litigants don't want to complain because they are told by their lawyers that you know, they'll get into trouble if they did. Okay, so a lot of people might be complaining now because of the show, but at practical level, but not many.
Doesn't that suggest then that you should find ways of educating the public about their...
Oh, we've done that through court users committees all over the country.
But clearly there are people who still don't understand how to access justice.
Yeah, that's why this talk show is important, because...
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Why has the High Court judge in Nakuru remained embarrassingly indecisive to the plight of more than 52,000 retired teachers and seemingly pandering to the insensitivity of the executive since 2006? That came from Gashuru in Nyeri.
Yeah, you know, the courts deal with cases that are adversarial. That sounds like a verdict of somebody who is losing, who has lost. But I welcome, you know, his complaint so that we can look into it. Because let's also understand that judges and magistrates have rights, and some of them are actually maligned. You know, because as I say, some people lose cases and they are not happy about it, and that's normal. So when we get these complaints, we get the judges and the magistrates to also to respond, because that's due process.
You appointed, the Judicial Service Commission appointed 25 judges who have not been
Sworn in.
sworn in.
Mm.
What is the problem?
I don't know whether it's a problem. We did our part and sent the names to State House. The procedures since I was appointed are that you simply do that after the appointments. You send names to State House and you request for the swearing in, and you compete along with everybody else.
For an opportunity to get that done?
Well, you know, it's a busy place. Let's put it that way. And
really,
yeah,
swearing in judges is not a priority.
Given that you've told us that we have 40 million
Because the
Kenyans
judiciary
and we have only 100
does
judges.
not send their lists every day.
It's a priority, but I'm not going to speak on the behalf of the president on this issue.
Was it their case that when the Judicial Service Commission did it, there was an issue about whether they were properly constituted?
Well, there is
Judicial Service Commission.
there is that issue in the case that is, I don't know whether it's part of the, the issues, but very clearly we had the authority to, to interview people.
David?
Yeah.
It's taken a while. It strikes me that you really don't want to be hands-on, right? Because you have sent a list of judges you need deployed, your staff, and you're not getting a response from the appointing, the authority to swear them in.
So
2-3 weeks down the line,
we just write.
have you protested like we need this? Because that again hacks to the independence of the three arms and your ability to function. If you are held hostage by a ceremony to swear in your officers, you should be unhappy with that.
Look, there are discussions between the heads of the three arms, and all I can say is this is something that I discuss, with the president, all right? And as far as I'm concerned, there is no malice in it, and that the judges will be sworn in. Because I can't. Occasionally what we do is that we send the names and we just respectively write and say we want these people deployed, so forth.
So can you blame Kenyans when listening to you, watching you? They see that you want something, but you don't seem to be fighting for it. Whereas when they see Parliament,
shall I storm State House to say, Mr. President, sir, these people? I mean, come on, guys. If you are talking to people, if you are talking to people and these talks for me are very, 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 very critical, because it gives me the occasion to tell the other heads of arms of government what the judiciary does, what it can do, what we view as problems with other arms of government, and they do likewise, all right? So,
but Chief Justice, there is a maxim in law that justice delayed is justice denied. Justice is being awaited by people waiting for both judges to be sworn in so they can commence work to reduce the backlog. You can send a list 3 weeks later, it's not acted upon, and that is okay.
It's not okay.
Whichever mechanisms you need to engage to get it done.
It's not okay. You engage in various strategies. You write back. But
your strategies are failing.
You plead. Failing. Why do you say they are failing?
I say they're failing because if you look at Parliament, and we see that in both houses, if they want something, they go after it and they get it. And here you are, you're supposed to be delivering justice to Kenyans. You have asked for, you've tried to increase capacity, which you've told us is paltry. and nothing's been done, and you seem unfazed by it.
You're not, you see, like many Kenyans, you're not seeing the big picture.
Right.
You know, the big picture is that there is a constitution to be implemented, all right? There is a messy, you know, transition, and every head of a particular arm of government has their own strategy, right? And my strategy on this issue of judges is basically to dialogue and not confront, you know.
But that's your strategy across the board, isn't it?
It's
supposing. Just supposing.
Okay,
Mutegi.
Because I'm not, and you know, Kenyans will be judges of this. All right. I still think that this country, at the moment, needs dialogue. You know, it needs, you know, to talk to, you know, people to talk to each other and consult and so forth. That. Okay.
A few days ago, you met the speakers of both houses of parliament.
Yeah, yes.
And a private meeting between them, the two of you, the three of you.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem to have abated the hostilities. It looks like we're meeting. I don't know how you assess it, but judging from what is being said up to today, that meeting doesn't seem to have had any impact on the question of dialogue and the respect to one another.
Yeah, dialogues don't achieve immediate results. So I sat, you know, over breakfast with the two speakers.
Yes.
And you know, we talked not about hostilities, because we ate a lot of sausage and drank a lot of coffee. So, you know, we talked about many other things.
Obviously, you're not going to talk about sausages. You must have been talking about the hostility.
No, there was.
What prompted the meeting, in a nutshell?
What prompted the meeting?
Yes.
Oh, there is a practice now that if one of the heads of the arms of government wants to talk to the other, they can do so. And that meeting was came about because of the Speaker of the Senate is the one who asked that we.
So you don't have a regular forum as such. You have ad hoc.
It's ad hoc. The one of the three arms is convened by the president,